And welcome everyone to another edition of 90.9 WJAB's Yo Just Checking In. I'm your host, Marcus Sims. As always, we'd like to let you know what's happening in Huntsville, the Tennessee Valley, and within our region. We are powered by 90.9 WJAB and WJAB.org. Now, our special guest this afternoon is not only a good friend to the station, but a man who is a mover and shaker within the Tennessee Valley and beyond. And he's one of the key organizers, leaders of a special event that's taking place this weekend, the 5 Points Block Party. It's always something that I look forward to. So first and foremost, we want to welcome back to this format my main man, Rick Bradshaw. Rick, how you doing, brother? Rick, you're freezing up if you hear me.
I'm blessed.
Can you hear me okay, Rick?
Okay. What about now? Is that better?
Yeah, I know on your screen right now you're froze. You're froze on the screen.
So the signal, he says it's freezing up a little bit.
Yeah, you're freezing up, breaking up some.
Okay, hold on. Just a minute for me. I'm just gonna change something real quick here. Bear with me. I'll make sure I'm off of this Wi-Fi. Okay. All right. Okay, Marcus, how about now?
Okay, now I'm hearing you clearer now.
Okay, it should be coming back. I was the Wi-Fi, I think I'm at about the limit for where the Wi-Fi is. So better now?
Yes.
Way better?
It is improved. You're not freezing up because you definitely froze up. What I'm gonna do is we'll take it from the top again, okay?
Let's do that. I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, you're good. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. And welcome everyone to another edition of 90.9 WJAB's Yo Just Checking In. I'm your host, Marcus Sims. And as always, we like to let our viewers and listeners know what's happening about special events, activities, and organizations in the Tennessee Valley. We are powered by 90.9 FM and WJAB.org. Now, one of the events that I look forward to yearly here in the Huntsville area is the 5 Points Block Party. It's always a great event featuring music, culture, arts, and much, much more. And I'm happy to have joining us on this format, longtime friend and a guy who's just one of the movers and shakers in the Tennessee Valley, Rick Bradshaw. Rick, how you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm very, very well. Thank you very much, Marcus, for having us here. This is the 7th year, so I guess you can say we're veterans now. Very, very excited to bring this to the community. And this year we're actually back in 5 Points.
Wow. Okay. So we're going to talk about that and much, much more. But Rick, first and foremost, for those who don't know you, I know you and a lot of folks who are involved locally in the music scene, in the art scene know you. But tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, so I am a co-owner of a company called Impresario Productions. And what it is a public relations firm. We also do production as well. So a lot of advisement, a lot of managing, consulting. We do, brand strategy. And then also on the production side, we curate festivals. Most recently, we did the first waltz at the Orion Amphitheater Sunday, which was dubbed Soulful Sunday. Our company produced that. We produced the 5 Points Block Festival. We've done concerts at the Civic Center and things like that as well. So that's kind of the background that we come from. And I think that all adds to this festival in the 7th year.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, I guess it's on a personal level, what led you down this road of this type of sometimes thankless promotion or whatever of being involved with music and events and like that? What led you to do that?
Well, it started with Concrete Alabama magazine. And some people here from the Tennessee Valley may be familiar with that. Concrete Alabama magazine was a mini magazine that promoted for small to medium businesses, but featured all genres of music. And my wife and I franchised that from Nashville and brought that here. And we're able to really just water the relationships that we made and leverage those to be able to now have this public relations firm. And so we've just, everything that you're seeing now is a manifestation of just great relationships over the year, keeping contact, being active in networking and active with our network. And so now we are here.
And if you're someone that was, especially here in the Huntsville, Alabama area, and you're involved in the hip hop scene, you would know pretty much the Concrete magazine was a real cool type thing. You could put it in your shirt pocket or whatever, carry it with you. Right. It was a very unique idea, and you were really, you and your wife Angela were definitely trailblazers in that area. So we definitely salute you for Concrete magazine and for really being curators and just promoters of the culture, Rick. So let's jump right to it, my man. We know the 5 Points Blok Fest is taking place in a few days. We're looking forward to it. Tell us first and foremost, for those who have not been to a 5 Points Blok Fest, what it's about and a little bit of the history.
Yeah, so the Blok Festival started in 2016 here in 5 Points. There was a small storefront called Con Society. It used to be Zero Gravity. So it kind of stayed in that same vein as far as the store, in the merchandise. They had a lot of clothing and things like that, but more than anything else, it was a cultural staple here in Huntsville. And that's where everything started. Myself and Joseph Marshall, a lot of people know him as Joey, came together to put on this festival. And like I said, it started in 2016. We've been doing it since then. We've been, for the most part, at Low Mill since. Low Mill is a great staple here in Huntsville. It's very central. A lot of people know about it, but we've been working behind the scenes to be able to come back to 5 Points. We were looking at doing Goldsmith last year, but it rained. So we're literally bringing it back to the block. This year, it's the exact address is 200 Wellman, but it's going to be, pretty much smack dab in the middle of 5 Points, Pratt Avenue, Wellman, and Clinton. It's going to be in that area, very close to Star Market.
Okay, and what I think is so cool about the 5 Points Block Party, it's really one of the most inclusive things that I can think of, because in the past when I've attended the event, we've seen all ages, all backgrounds, young, old, black, white, coming together. We've had just a lot of folks coming together, Rick, having a good time and celebrating what I think is the uniqueness of the culture that we have in this area, right? Yeah, and to elaborate a little bit more, because I go on tangents, especially when I'm speaking about the block, but music, art, fashion, it's a great platform that breaks artists. Like, there's been a lot of artists that have performed here that people didn't know about and definitely knew about after the festival. We incorporate a lot of artists that people are familiar with in Huntsville, all genres of music. It definitely is a multicultural festival. You have merchandise vendors, fashion vendors, you have food trucks, and then also live art as well. And I think, when you combine all those things, man, you get a great mix for just kicking it, networking, fellowship. We got something called Kids Connect from 3 to 5 that's dedicated to the kids and really aligns with STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. So we have something for everybody. And what I think, and I think that's so cool. I know when I was out there a few years ago, shout out to, I believe, I want to give credit to Angela for this. I believe it was the arcade that you guys had out there. Yeah, an arcade trailer. Man, that was definitely a highlight. That was the arcade coming back, because what happened was I was in the arcade so long, I missed a lot of the events, man. I was in there getting down with some of the old school video games that you all had there, and that was cool within itself. Yeah, I definitely know they had Pac-Man. I think they had Street Fighter and stuff like that. So we are working on it. We're working on that. Right now, there may be some conflicts, but we're going to see. We're trying to do everything that we can to either return that same arcade truck or maybe even another arcade truck. Cool. Now let's one of the things about the 5 Points Blok Fest is the musical acts. Right. Can you let's talk about some of the musical acts we can expect for the 2022 5 Points Blok Festival. All right, so some great acts, and I don't want to mess the names of the titles up at all here. So first of all, we have the headliners, which are Them Damn Dogs. They performed at the first Blok Festival at the inception of the block in 2016. So this is going to kind of be a homecoming for them.
We're coming back to the Blok, so I think this is prime for them. So Dem Dem Dogs are gonna be the headliners. We have another band called The Gifted, which is kind of like an indie rock group. They're a great talent. They recently performed at the camp. Some of the members also played in the band for the Neighbors as well. So they're vetted, man. They're going to be a great group. We have Fly Colangelo, who is part of Mile High Music Group, which is a hip hop artist as well, who will be performing. We have Bonisha James as well, who is an R&B artist, has won several awards, has recorded with the likes of Kelvin Wooten, just a really accomplished artist who's now back and really doing her thing in the Huntsville market. So that's a great act as well. We have Michael Honey and Lanny Williams with some great classic and country rock. And then we also have John Bonanno as well, who is doing quite a bit here in our market and moving and getting great visibility. And he also is the hip hop artist. So that's our lineup. We have a Kids Connect lineup as well with, Tim Miller Jr. and some other artists as well. So it's gonna be a dope show musically. It's gonna have a great diversity like it does every year. And this year we'll probably have less artists because we want to go high quality, less quantity, and really just make sure everybody has a great experience. And we also want to give our DJs time to spin as well.
Okay, and can you give us a preview or shout out to who are going to be some of the DJs that you'll have spinning for the Blok Fest this year?
Yeah, so DJ K is heavy. A Twist is heavy. Those are veterans and they are always a part. With DJ K, it's a collective, it's a group. They do their thing at the camp. They have Mixed Madness. They have the Cartel. They are literally a cartel. So it could be any of those guys. It'll start with Rob, DJ Your Boy, for those who are familiar with him, and then also A Twist. So those are the co-music directors for this. So they'll be doing their thing. It's going to be hosted by a young lady named Tori from WZYP. And then we also have Dre, the drummer as well, who is very, very active. He does Mixed Madness. He's done Phantom Fest. Like he's very active here in the city and also does great voiceovers as well. So it's going to be great.
Now, we talked about the musical acts, Rick. What are some of the other activities and things that are going to be going on at 5 Points? Because it's not just all about the music, though it plays a huge part. What are some of the other things that we can expect? Any special guests or activities or anything else happening at the 5 Points we need to know about?
Yeah, man. So hopefully, I think Matt Mandrella, the music officer, he may stop through there. I also know Blast Music is going to be there for artists, so that's always going to be an incentive for artists to get familiar with Blast if you're not already. You can register with them. They also they pay royalties. If you're selected, it's in a great catalog here in Huntsville. We'll have we'll have food trucks, of course. WZYP, the truck will be out there. Harmony Sound as well. I want to talk just a little bit about that. So Harmony Sound, for those of you that are from Huntsville, there's a store called AB Stevens, which may still be around, but this store is very simple. This is like the original AB Stevens. So they're housed here in 5 Points. They've been there for decades. They do guitar lessons. They have all these different types of instruments. They're going to be doing like a live demo as well, and their store will be open. So just a lot of interactive things for kids and all ages to really have fun and just enjoy themselves. It'll be a great opportunity to be able to Snapchat and Instagram and just get some very memorable photos and videos and content.
Now, Rick, I know I kind of know what the answer is, but I'm going to ask anyway for any guests who will save you a little time right there. Is it too late to perform for the 2022 Blok Fest, to contact you about performing? Is it too late?
Yes, but you can. But what I would say is to go ahead and contact me still, though, because you just never know. Like maybe we can still get your music to have for the DJs to play, and worst case scenario, we can go ahead and get a huge head start on next year. But what I will say is this: through that production company and the public relations company that we have, throughout the year, we're able to curate a lot of different events and curate a lot of artists and things like that. So reach out to me either way. I think it'll be beneficial.
All right, so definitely, so basically, if you can't, like Rick said, it's too late to perform. They've already locked it up, but possibly if you're a local regional artist, submit the music and also contact Rick, contact Angela about possibly being a part of the 2023 lineup for the Blok Fest. Now, what about volunteering? We always whenever there's something like this, I love volunteers. I love someone that can give an hour or two of their time. Maybe they can give more, they can give less. Is it too late for me to sign up? Maybe me and my crew to sign up to volunteer for a few hours for the 5 Points Blok Festival?
It's not. And so the beauty of this is that everybody can go to the same resource or the same website, whether you're a vendor, whether you're a sponsor, whether you want to volunteer, you'll go to the 5 Points Blok website. That's the number 5, POINTSBLOK.com. Go to 5pointsblok.com. And we'll have some required fields that you can fill out to submit that inquiry for either one of those things. We'll also have some information from some videos from last year, and also the promo video for this year as well. So volunteers, we need you. We got t-shirts for you. It'll be great networking, especially if you're an artist. I definitely encourage artists to be volunteers because you're going to be dealing with other artists. You'll be dealing with production and the stage. It's a great opportunity to really interact, network, and really just sell yourself and raise awareness about your music and what you do here in the Tennessee Valley. We are on the heels of Music Month in September. And so I just think this is a great way to really kind of kick everything off right before September,
Right, and that's a very, very good point. As you mentioned, because I was thinking of the 5 Points Block Party, it's always the kickoff of, it's officially the school year is rolling, especially on the college scene. By the time the 5 Points rolls around, beginning of college football. And as you mentioned, Rick, September is going to be a huge month here in the city for a lot of the musical activities that are going on. And we're going to speak with individuals about that. And WJB hopefully will be able to promote and let our listeners and viewers know about the great activities and musical things that'll be happening in the Tennessee Valley for September. Now, for you on a personal level, why is it important to do the 5 Points Block Party? We know you're such a busy guy, you're ripping and running all the time. Why is this event important for you?
That's a great question, Marcus. I think it's important. Well, you know what? I can sum it up with a very quick story, okay? So in 2017, this gentleman right here, Trans Lee, performed. And, there were some kids, man, on the front row who really thoroughly enjoyed Trans Lee. Being able to have access to it because it's free makes it so much more rewarding because you have kids that don't have to, pay admission for these high caliber artists. The Tennessee Valley has so much talent. Like I said, we broke artists, but we've also had artists that are already on their way where we were able to get a little bit of their time and feature them. And Trans Lee is one of those artists. But to see the impact that had on kids and the adults that were there, his friends were in there. There were people in Huntsville that had never heard of Trans Lee, but it had a huge impact as a whole. And I think that is literally the mission and the vision of the Blok Festival, to keep this free, to make it something that's multicultural, where it's inclusive for everybody to be a part and really enjoy it and come out and kind of see the innovation, the nuances here in the Tennessee Valley, but also see, what makes us, what our culture really is all about. And I think that the Blok is a snapshot of that.
And two things that you mentioned. Well, first and foremost, I have to say, I love the idea that the event is free 100 for everyone to come out to the event. So there's no excuse. You don't have to sit there and worry about breaking the bank or whatever, unless you're supporting some of the vendors or some of the food trucks or whatever. But free 100, you can't beat it, and you're getting top-notch quality entertainment. And also, I think what's a huge thing for me, and I know for you also, Rick, is networking. As you said before, when you're in this type of a venue and you're an artist, whether you're someone who's already established, if you're thinking about entering the industry. I spoke with a student an hour ago, and they were talking about the 5 Points Party, and they're trying to rearrange their work schedule to come out to it. And the networking part for something like this is huge, because I think this will be the event that's gonna everyone's gonna be at Saturday. If you're in the arts, this is definitely one to check out. So we want you at the 5 Points Blok Fest. Now, what's next for you? What's next for your production company? 5 Point, we know this will be wrapping up on Saturday. So what's the next step? Because you always got something going on, Rick. So what's coming up next for you?
Yeah, we'll be just heavy with our company, man. Heavy, just there's a lot of different things on the books. We've been working with the Legacy Center, who is also one of the sponsors for the Blok Festival, one of the largest sponsors for the Blok Festival. They have something that they have going on. They have different retreats and things like that that they do. We'll also be involved in Phantom Fest. Some of our clients, the neighbors who are artists here from the Tennessee Valley, they'll be performing for Phantom Fest. So different capacities for different things that are going on, but we do have our hands in a lot, and this fall is heavy, man. It's a pretty front-loaded calendar coming up here for the fall, and I think Music Month is kind of what is the catalyst for that, man. When you make September Music Month, we're gonna be involved very heavy, man. And so the more that's happening, the more that we're gonna be involved with. So just a lot of things going on. Our website is impresario.productions. If you really want to kind of check out what's going on, we deal with from everything from managing reality stars to artists, to consulting, just helping with media branding and things like that. Like that's what we're all about.
And I guess while I got you right here, let me put you on the spot, Rick. Can we now would Impresario be? Do you all do like internships? Could a student contact you for possibly interning for you guys as well?
So that's something I would love to do. I still logistically have to talk to, like A&M to be able to, I'm sure there's some logistical things that we have to do to make sure it's credited and things like that. But I would love to do that. I'd also love to be involved with whatever you guys are doing, like you mentioned before, for Music Month. If I can be a liaison or help or any capacity, we would like to be a part of that.
Coming out fairly soon, if I'm correct. Our good friends and neighbors, right?
Yeah, you said the album?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
It is coming out, right?
Yes, it is coming out. It's called OG and Sweet Tea. They unfortunately won't be performing at this year's Blok Festival because they do have a show, like I said, September 10th coming up. And also August 28th, they have Summer Jam coming up as well. So yeah. So that's another, I forgot about that. You were asking what we got going on. That's one of the things, but it's called OG and Sweet Tea. Obviously, you know them quite well. You've done some interviews with them there at the station, which they loved. But yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna represent the Tennessee Valley well. We made this very inclusive. You're gonna hear some of your favorite DJs and on-air radio personalities involved with this. It's a lot of surprises, man. It's gonna be an awesome album for the Tennessee Valley, and I think it's gonna be a classic.
Now, can you touch also, if you don't mind, can you touch a little bit? Am I correct that coming down the pipe, there's going to be a documentary that's being worked on? Is that still?
Yes, so there is a documentary. Myself and a gentleman named Cody Gopher, Cody G, for you guys that are in this thing and are in the music scene. You know him as Cody G. He's also on the music board. Will also be very heavy for September Music Month. He and myself are co-producing a documentary called The Road to the 7-2. The Road to the 7-2 basically speaks to 72, Highway 72, which goes to Chattanooga, goes to Muscle Shoals. It goes so many places. And, just riding that highway, man, it's a story. It tells you a story about the culture of the Tennessee Valley, especially as it relates to music. Your Etta James, your Fame, your radio stations like WZZA, so much history. You have people like William Hampton that are involved. This is going to be a real treat for anybody that's from Alabama, but really anybody, period, because you're going to find out so much that came from the 7-2 that you didn't know. You know, so many inventors, so many artists, so many producers, directors, just so many people that come from our area that you didn't know. So it's going to be an enriching type of project. And I think it's going to be something that will resonate with everybody.
All right, so definitely be on the lookout for this project as well. Also, the release from the neighbors coming up very soon. Rick's always a very, very busy type guy. So as we're wrapping stuff up here on Yo Just Checking In, Rick, let's recap real quick. Give us location, time, date for the 5 Points Blok Fest again.
Okay. So the date is going to be Saturday, August 20th. It's not this Saturday of this week, but the next Saturday. 200 Russell Street. That is in the heart of 5 Points. Star Market is going to be your best landmark. If you were to come out of Star Market, the front door of Star Market, and take a right on that corner, you would run smack dab into the Blok Festival. It's going to be from 3 to 8 p.m. If you'd like to bring your kids, 3 to 5 p.m. would be the best time for Kids Connect, for them to be able to take advantage of arts and crafts and STEAM-related type of activities. And then from 5 to 8, we are going to turn all the way up. So we'll have all the different artists that we mentioned performing. Chief Entertainment's doing the sound. It's going to be dope. And the website, once again, for more information. Yeah, so that's going to be 5. That's the number 5 itself. POINTSBLOK. 5pointsblok.com. And if you go to the site, it'll be self-explanatory. It'll show you some of the previous years. It'll allow you to submit as a vendor or sponsor or volunteer. And everything is on there, simply put. Social media links as well. All right. And of course, I'm sure if you're on social media, you'll be seeing plenty of information about it being shared. A lot of people are already doing it now. I'm looking forward to the 2022 5 Points Blok Fest taking place. When this airs, it'll be this weekend. So looking forward to actually in a few days when we air this on WJB's Yo Just Checking In. Rick, my brother, send love to the family, of course, and thank you for giving us a few moments of your time here on 90.9 WJB. Thank you very, very much, and I hope to see you guys there. All right, thanks, Rick.